Hi, everybody, and welcome in. Today's a very special day, and I'm super excited to have all of you. I am a little bit rattled because I started the video, and of course, my alarm went off on my phone, and I got 5 minutes in, and it was fantastic, and now I had to restart it. So here we are, and we're antiquing. You know, I don't do the normal come shop with me's because it's not my style. I did go through the mall already here at the Antique Mall up north of where I live, and I bought 2 paperweights out of this display of paperweights. So I'll show you in my haul video what I found here and why I bought what I bought. I just want to welcome you all in and thank you so much for joining me. I always give helpful hints in these, and I kind of just wanted to stay very focused and try and get this done within, maybe a half hour. But look at how much we have to choose from at these antique malls. And this is just one booth of probably well over 100 here, I would guess. I don't know how many dealers are here, but I'll post the information in the description of the store that I'm at. So if you're wondering where I am, just go over into the description and I'll have that information for you. I always say look low and look high. I've always found some of the biggest misses in those areas. Don't ask me why, but it's true. Most people try and put the most desirable pieces at eye level, and I've always found amazing treasures down low and awesome stuff up high. This booth is completely loaded with a very diverse grouping of items. This mall has tons and tons of costume jewelry, and I'll appear in the case for a second. There I am. Lots and lots of rhinestone and collectible jewelry. I always do really well with that here. But what I liked about it is each booth is so diverse here. You have more contemporary or traditional, and then you have, more antique and collectible. And then down farther, way down there, there's some great glass stuff. And you can see how far I made it into the mall already before I decided to turn my camera on. I never want to be offensive to other shoppers or to dealers who are staging their areas because I don't find it to be kind. And then we'll come over here, and why I wanted to mention this booth, if this is okay, this was loaded with very small pieces. And I've said on my channel before, desirability is key to resale. And I've been doing it now for 28 years. There are people who have been doing it a whole lot longer than me. And I always say, your experience does matter, but at a point, you might be like outdated with your information if you've been doing it for so long. I've tried to stay very, very current. On such small pieces, they're very desirable because who doesn't have a space for hand-painted china, salt and pepper shakers, or a beautiful teacup? These tiny collectibles are very sellable because everybody has room for it. Not everybody has room for this. Not everybody has room for some of these pieces. And I look at these other things that years ago I never looked at. There's a lot of these things that I never personally looked at because they were too traditional. They weren't artistic enough. See how large these two are? I would always think that they're beautiful, but they're going to be a difficult sell. They're going to be very difficult. This is $185, and maybe that's for the pair. They're beautiful, but they're so big, it takes a very special spot for those. And, desirability again. This same kind of thing. Mass-produced, beautiful, but slightly problematic because it is so large. I tried to stay now very small, very miniature, and you can find a lot of treasures when you shop these areas, but desirability. Now, I don't decorate with this in my life because I consider it visual static. I don't like clutter. I don't like a lot of small things. I like statement pieces in my own home. But again, desirability. If I were to shop just for myself and what I like, I would be out of business. I always caution new sellers, be very mindful of what other people are enjoying. I would go over here. I did buy a stone owl out of this booth, but the dealer is working and she was very pleasant. I didn't want to interrupt her forward progress. Out of this case, I bought a very small enamel lacquer Japanese vase that I love very much. And what I wanted to show is kind of a dichotomy of a dealer. You've got the same dealer here that has both booths, and this is very new, contemporary. Op art collectible, Transformers, toys. things in their boxes, original boxes, very kind of contemporary culture. And then you've got the divide of the booth, which is the same dealer. And then this is, of course, the more traditional, more decorative, glassware, Murano glass, some porcelain and china, lots of jewelry stuff here. So for the jewelry lovers of my channel, this place is loaded with costume jewelry. What I love about this booth, and it's further proof of some of the information I've given, and just helpful hints to a new dealer that's just starting in resale, have a statement piece in your booth. This mask on the wall, very much so a statement piece that makes you stop and look. You may not want to buy that. You may not have space for that, but at least it makes you stop and say to your shopping partner, to your spouse, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, or a neighbor, you'll have a conversation about something like that. It will slow you down and bring you into the booth. That's just what I've encountered over my over 20 years of selling, and I was in 4 different antique malls over my years. So all I'll say is I liked the diversity of this collector, and also, although a lot of items, it's not necessarily too busy. Someone else might see this and say, that's too busy and chaotic. It gives you a lot to choose from, but look how thoughtful and mindful the display is. Very well displayed, very classy, and the more expensive pieces locked away so that you have to ask for help so things don't, go missing. And there's a couple more people shopping down there, so I don't want to ruin their day having a famous YouTuber running their mouth. So I feel about the word famous. There I am again. See, I'm real. There I am. So lots of colored glass in here, and I'll walk you through because look how much we have to choose from in Ohio. We have so much to choose from here. And I've said it a million times in my videos. We are very fortunate in this area to have so much to choose from. So I can still get out of this booth this way. And then I'll shoot back towards the other pieces. But a lot of you have asked me, slow down so we can take some of these pieces in. Let us see some of these things close up, but you can see how much we have to choose from. And it's amazing. That's why I go as much as I do. What's this back here? What do I see back here? Oh, I see a beautiful, let's put this over here for a minute. Oh, I see a beautiful, even though it's broken, I still see a beautiful bittersweet. $49. Isn't that sad that it's broken? I almost feel like I have to take it home, but boy, would that have been a beautiful Ellie Smith bittersweet. That if it's a paneled smoothie, but a panel for sure. I think that's 8 panel. Fayette glass. That is really great for an Ellie Smith. If that was not broken at the top, that would be $135 to $150 now, maybe even more to an advanced collector like me. And you know how much I love Ellie Smith. That was buried. I hadn't seen that before, but a lot of decorative pieces. You will have so much to look at here. And then I'll shoot back over this because I feel it important. Look at the impact of this booth. Very cool because I don't know how to explain the layout of this, but it speaks to me. That's a booth that I would feel comfortable shopping, and to each their own. Lots of old apothecary bottles and drugstore things, and tons of decorative arts here as well. So as we come through this booth, I will cut down, let's see, and make sure that no one's down here as I continue to scream. So this is my friend Glenn's booth, and he's known for his modern and amazing things. Look at that mid-century lamp. Some people have said to me, show us what you would buy. Well, I would buy that in a minute. I would buy that in a second. And that's such a good price, $298. If that was on one of the coasts, that would be $675 to who knows, $675 to who knows, how much. And I love the chrome lamp over here. So I really think that's super, super clean and cool. Love it. I would pick that as well. Because jewelry stuff. Look. Oh, do I need that in my life? It's only $9. Uh-oh. I'm going to shop off camera too because I need to find some things to bring to my next show. So I'm going to shop that really quick. But I've always loved his display. Barcelona chair or Wassley chair. I always forget the difference. I think that's Wassley. Let's look. So it is Wassley chair. That's $598. That's not bad, Probably a later or a more contemporary remake on that one. But Glenn's stuff is great. He always has some sort of treasure of jewelry in here too. So I'm going to have to look at this. Definitely definitely closer. I hope you're enjoying the come shop with me, because you know I normally make it illegal on my channel. So, look at that. And yeah, decorative and cool. That's cool. That's when people say, what's the next big thing? And I say something like that, even though a lot of people disagree. I'll have to shop booths like this because when I've said, here's another little helpful hint that's helped me through the years. And I've had major scores in environments like this. When they deal in general goods and they deal in like general collectibles or decorative arts, this is kind of where you get the things that they may not know, things that sneak through the crack. And what I was thinking is earlier, so many people now AI and Google Lens everything. And my feelings on the AI and Google Lens. Maybe I should buy this and go as Halloween as a member of KISS. Look at the tongue. Oh no, it has the tongue. Ew, weird. So as I go into this one, but they Google Lens and they AI everything. That's a really good way to make a mistake. I'll tell you that much. Sorry to move the camera so quick. Please, forgive me on that, because there's a lot of people that watch this that they say, you go too quick. I have vertigo. It makes me dizzy. What is this? Wait, let me slow down. What is this one? I know it's contemporary, but what is that one? Is it expensive? Come shop with Jason. $40. $40. Probably not. Not today. But tools. When you see a tool person, also check out the sales, because that is like a big thing. I have the sales here have always treated me right. And there's a lot of things that you wouldn't want to look at, but those are the booths that I take my time with. I did fish out 2 pieces out of this jewelry, and there were some beautiful things. So let's go in close on that and let you guys check this out. And you could always say to me, hey, let's zoom in. Hey, there's that one pin that you didn't buy. Could you go back and get that for me? And that'll help you out. A lot of people have done that with me so far. You're getting a reflection of my legs. Oh, what handsome legs I have, right? That's not why you're here. But this was flipped over. And this Mexican bracelet right there, that was interesting to me. Slightly overpriced for me to make much of a profit. But the Bakelite necklaces, those were fantastic for Bakelite. And the rhinestone stud in the box is fabulous. But, again, I have to be careful. Let's zoom back out a little bit, give you a little bit more perspective. But thanks for joining in. Oh, this is nice. Murano glass. What's wrong with it? I wonder. What's wrong with the Murano bird? Is there anything wrong with it? Maybe it's too new. Maybe that, I don't know. I'm going to study that one a little bit better. Interesting, right? But yeah, I did make some selections already. I love the display case, that old-timey display case. Can you imagine that completely loaded with Bakelite bracelets? Bakelite bangles? That I would love to have. I have one like it, but I'd love to have another one, because as an obsessive collector, I can never have too many showcases. And I can't, it's not picking on, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It's just not for me, but I could do this. I could do this. And I did see this one earlier. There is a discount here, but this one isn't marked down. I love this Japanese box, and I wish you could see the accurate color. I really love this. And that enamel glaze has always made me very happy. Look at that bright turquoise on yellow. Who would have ever thought that those 2 colors could go together? And then that bright orange splash. Sometimes when I look at these things, they inspire me as an artist, and I don't have to bring them home with me. I'll take a picture, I'll store it on my phone as visual information, and I don't need to bring that home with me. You know what I'm saying? So I learn as I go with like this one, polar opposite. I don't have to have this, but I thought the form was cool, and I like the glaze combination. So as an artist, I stored that in my mind. Same thing with this. I don't do earth tones, but that's 60s, 70s. And I didn't care for the form, but I liked the patterning or the proportion of that glaze. I like the color combination. So I think I'm going to get into a couple people shopping in the other aisle. And like I said, don't want to distract anybody. It's still here. There was a necklace here that I liked. I did like this, that stone-on-stone inlay expandable. So that's probably early 1990s. I thought about this. Yeah, it's stone on stone inlay, and it's probably, yeah, that lapis is not lapis, that's faux lapis, and probably stabilized turquoise. I like that continual design though. That was only, it's only $10. And I just, should I do it? Should I do it, everybody? You're yelling at your camera right now at your screen, and you're like, please do it. And I loved this big lucite necklace. But that's just me, because I know I can sell this. I know I can sell that, but again, I just didn't want to do it. I wasn't in the mood. So, and sometimes, it depends on your day. I liked this. I liked this painting. I thought that was pretty interesting. That lamp is totally wild up there. That's completely crazy. And I did like this display because electric blue, instead of like metal. I thought that was really cool. I should buy the giant bottle and drive Jeremy completely out of his mind with it. I should bring that to every restaurant with me and sit through dinner and cry. Cry until Jeremy hands it to me. What is my problem? That's why, you tune in and then you go, this guy's got some major issues. But that's why you watch. It's for moments like that. So maybe that'll be my thumbnail. I'll get someone here to take a picture of me with that giant bottle. Maybe they'll do it. Maybe they won't. The religious items are fantastic. I did buy a small icon out of here in my last trip many months ago, but I loved all the religious icons and statuary. I thought that was beautiful and well thought out. I am so tempted. I can't leave that. I'm so tempted to buy it and drive Jeremy completely crazy. Like go to a Cracker Barrel and set it next to my chair and scream and cry until Jeremy hands me my bottle. I don't know. I got to stop. That's why I don't have kids. God was like, you're not going to have children because you're going to mess them up. This one was great because a lot of seasonal decor. I thought that was fun. We'll go down here and sorry that I'm going to speed up a little bit, but I have to be quiet because it's so quiet in here. And I think maybe I got rid of every other customer because they were like, that guy's going to get me on camera. No, I'm not. No, I won't. I'm not disrespectful. I'll just walk through on one side. Let's just focus on one side. So, jewelry stuff I didn't see. I'll let you shop with me. And I didn't find anything in here except for that really cool, I think it's, I don't know. I don't know the origin of that hat, but I loved it. Thought it was super cool. Jason, the know-it-all that doesn't know anything. Two things out of this one. The last trip in. So this was a lucky booth for me. And when I show you all this, I want you to think about this. So when you see how many items I look at, right? So how many items are in this booth times 100? And then I leave here buying 8 pieces. So think about that. Think about the percentage of things that I don't buy. Think about the percentage of things that I leave behind. The percentage is so small of the things that I do acquire because, as I've said, times have changed. I thought about this for 14 because it's small and, like I said, handmade on this one, terracotta body, very mid-century, and mid-century selling $14. So could I sell it for 25 or 30? Absolutely. Do I really want to make, $15? Not particularly, not today. That's not the day for it. This had my attention too. And I was hopeful they didn't know what it was, but this chalkware with the mohair wig, look how adorable she is for Flapper, but she was over $100. Well worth over $100. But again, there wasn't a great profit margin for me. So, of course, sadly, I had to let it go. But so does that make sense though? You look at like how many pieces are in one booth and I might only buy one piece. And then you think about it and times how many booths there are, I might only buy one item out of a whole row of items. I hope you're enjoying the Come Shop With Me. This one had another sale. So if you're in the area, please stop by because not only are the things priced really appropriately, but then you get an additional discount. If you're a dealer, you're tax exempt. This had my attention the last time. It's a folk art cigarette holder and it's from 1939. It was $62, and things like this sell for me because you can use it to display other pieces. And this is all carved wood, so that had me interested for like a tramp art or a folk art kind of thing. The Deco Flower Girl, I would have bought her, but her finger was missing. The head vases years ago, I had great success with them, but not much anymore. I did not look at this one, so let's take a quick peek. This looks like amphora. And maybe it is and maybe it isn't. It is. It's amphora. which is Czechoslovakian, and this one's 225. Again, years ago, definitely, something I would have considered hauling home. And these pressed wax and paper, they're pressed wax or sometimes celluloid, just depends. That one looks like wax to me, so the icon is wax, pressed. They don't survive very well because imagine, being stored in an attic when it wasn't up. And then chenille and hand stitched on paper. So that's actually paper and then, punched paper and then stitched on. I always loved those. And $85, not a bad price, according to this guy. Still today. Interesting. But again, I'm looking for more useful or completely decorative. And that's right in between. That's right in between that decorative element and also useful. Would anyone use it today? I don't know if I can convince someone to use something like that. Love this display, by the way. Love just the whole vibe, the color combination, pink and turquoise and the bamboo. That's a winner for me on that really dark blue wall. Imagine if that wall in the booth was white. If that was white, would you stop and look? I wouldn't, I would just keep right on going. So more contemporary things as well. So if you don't like old and antique, but this is not my world, so I just walk by like it doesn't exist, but that's just me. Same thing here. And as we go around the corner, I did buy, I'll show you in just a minute. I did buy a ton of stuff out of this booth, and it was Roseville. So where these gaping holes are, and through this case back here, let me show you. I already have them up front. So this was filled with little Roseville vases, tiny Roseville all over here. Roseville doesn't sell that well now, but I loved the ones that I bought because they were miniature, and look at the design patterns and the color combinations. But Roseville that size is an easy sell for me. So any show that I go to, I have a great tendency to sell out of Roseville now because it's an Ohio thing. This one was 10 because it had little chips. If it wasn't chipped, I would have bought that one for sure. This one, I forget the pattern name on this one, but it's not as desirable, and this one doesn't have a price. So unfortunately, I couldn't buy that one even if I wanted to. But the dealer was here and she was stocking. Is this one okay? Did I leave this one behind? This one was 18. Why did I leave this one behind? See, all the ones that I bought were this size, but all different patterns, and they were all $18 each. Totally appropriate mark. Make sure the Roseville you're buying is correct. That is the right mark for Roseville. So just make sure that you're not buying reproduction Roseville, which there's tons of, but you can kind of tell. There was one earlier I could have shown you that was reproduction because you've all said to me, show us the reproduction stuff and why. Let me step forward and show you guys this. Stay out of the way of other customers. But check it out. Clean display, lots of stuff to look at, but clean. Like the leaded window, didn't see that one earlier. Old phonograph, isn't that cool? Look at that horn on that one. I like it. I absolutely love it, actually. So, but just take it all in. And if you need help, all you have to do is when you're here, ask one of the associates, and they will come over and unlock a case for you for sure. So I did buy one small piece out of this one the last time. And this one, I think, let's see, was it 50%? Yeah, I think the blue tags were 50% off. What a deal, right? Lots of jewelry stuff again. So be sure to carve out some time to come here. And like I said, I hope you're all enjoying. I'm not going to stay on too much longer. Because I do want to get home. I want to go spend some more time with my mom and dad, and that's why I started today. I started with the Ron and the Mary, and then I said to my mom, I have to go shop. We had a successful sale last night, and I thank all of you that are coming over to Bully Run Coffee and coming to our YouTube sales. We have a whole lot of fun. I was a little stressed out last night, but it's not, I always say this thing is not easy. Anyone that thinks YouTube is easy should definitely give it a try sometime. This has always got great jewelry in it. There's a lapis and sterling pendant. These pearl strands are awesome. There's a 100-inch strand of black pearls or the peacock pearls in the back. I think it's only $49. So I was tempted on that because there is money left. The sponge coral, I've never been too much of a fan of it. And like the pendants were only 18 and the earrings were like 19. So sterling findings, but I just, and then you say, I want something special. Well, there's 2 sets of them, so your next door neighbor could have the same thing. And I don't do next door neighbor jewelry. I just don't. I just never have. These were great for 30, but, could I sell them for like maybe 50? Yeah, I could, because they have a sterling clasp and they alternate kind of pale pink and white. And there just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough there for me, on those. But I think they're lovely. They're only 62 inches and, well, they are 62 inches and only $30. Look at this for more antique pieces. A lot in this booth had my attention earlier, and I just couldn't do it because I don't have space for such beautiful things, even though I wish I did, because if I did, look at that desk. I don't talk about furniture much on my channel, but wow, $550 and beautifully carved and old, So this other booth on this side is very contemporary, very new and very contemporary. And I like the peak of lime green. I really like the way that this is set up, though. And you can see everything is very orderly. You go into some antique malls sometimes, and I'll say it because I can. They're like a trifling mess, and this one is not. And I'll just keep going, and I'll let you take it in. There's a lot of toys. Let me swing around this way. And I don't want to make anyone dizzy. And there's great jewelry in that, of course. Of course, I got some winning pieces. Oh, look at her. Isn't she cute? I don't have any other comment. But yeah, I like it because it's collectible and new, So we'll just kind of go this way. So, and then I'll be quiet because we have other shoppers. And who likes the loudmouth YouTuber? Nobody. Not anybody that I know. And this is my friend Kyle's stuff. He has great gemstones. Let you take that in. Kyle's been a friend of mine for a long time. So if you come into the mall, make sure you shop Kyle's booth. I thought about the paperweight here, but it had a slight lean to it. And I don't want to kind of buy a mistake in a way. I did buy a bracelet out of here. So when I get to the haul part of this, I bought the 3 butterfly wing cabochon glass brass bracelet. It was right here, but that's where I found that earlier. So you're kind of coming with me for a kind of second round. Lots of great glass. Lots of really incredible glassware, both old and new, or I should say vintage and new. And then tons of jewelry stuff. Again, great rhinestone pieces, and his quality is great because he double checks everything. I thought about the End of Day Bakelite perfume bottle. I had this years ago, and I sold mine for $325, but that was at the height of the Bakelite market, and he's only got $195 on that. But that's true End of the Day Bakelite, so that's not the Urshi lacquer. That is true end of the day Bakelite rather than the Japanese lacquer I've talked about several times. Some gold pieces and then a very interesting tourmaline and 14 karat gold and sterling ring. But you can see that the artistic pieces that I focus on are always more expensive. So let's look at some of these pieces. And there's a black diamond ring, and there's a whole bunch of loose gemstones. And then we'll come over here and we'll look at, as I'm totally out of frame, this bangle had my interest. It's like 14 karat gold dots on sterling. I looked at that, but I didn't like the wear patterns. The angel skin coral into like more of a pink coral or a salmon coral, that was beautiful. I liked that gradation of that one. I was tempted by the snake, but I decided not to. And I did get out of this corner right here, which by this turquoise ring, you know that I should buy that turquoise ring. You know that right now. For $64, that's a definite yes, because it's old and that turquoise is fabulous. But right here, I bought a garnet necklace. So I need to do a little bit of work on it before I sell it. But I'll show you the garnet necklace. Lots of primitives as well. So, and I'm towards the front, so I'm not going to stand too much longer. And this is over here as I go down so I don't get anyone on camera. There's the dirty floor. This is my friend Kathy's jewelry. And there were some things in here that were truly, really outstanding buys. Lots of costume, lots of rhinestone. And look how she has them displayed. She has everything so beautifully displayed. There are some pieces that I'm going to buy before I leave. And someone's probably, again, yelling at the camera, hey, can you get that one rhinestone pin? And I'll say, I probably am already going to buy it. So yes, that'll probably come to my next show. I really like these, those earrings, the rhinestone ones, with the heliotropic Rivoli, or whatever you want to call those, headlight stones, whatever we want to term them, and then a lot of really cool pieces in the bottom. A great big light pin, a Siam in blue, another Siam in blue, tons of rhinestone stuff. The bottom shelf has a lot to offer too. So we'll scooch down there. But this is my friend Kathy, and she does estate sales up in this area, and she's been a friend of mine for a long time. And I've bought, I don't know, thousands and thousands of dollars of jewelry from her over the years. This one had my attention, but it has a chip on it for art pottery. And again, I always say it has my attention because it does, you know. I really like the Ottoman or kind of Moroccan style necklace. You know, we can bicker over origin on things like that, but again, there's no fighting on my channel. Love her displays, so let me step out of the way a little bit. Love the display here. Absolutely fantastic. And look at this, you know, very thoughtful, very clean, you know, very lovely. And I'll step back and show you the whole booth. And then there's more jewelry on this side. I was tempted, and I don't, oh, what is this? How did I miss that little enamel box? I missed this little tiny enamel box. That freaks me out. And a sterling silver serving spoon that I really love. That might go home with me as I tap on the case and drive everyone crazy. Tons of jewelry. And then look at the booth, though. Isn't that awesome? How she has it so thoughtfully displayed. Lots of jewelry in bags. I had a major score out of this last time, and then I thought about buying these, you know, and I wish I was doing a live so you guys could tell me. These were $15 each, and they're completely loaded with tons of costume jewelry. And you know, you never know. Is there gold and silver mixed in? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. Looks like a lot of single earrings and craft items. I hope you guys can see this okay, you know, that these bags are completely loaded. Lots of bracelets in this one. I think I was very tempted by this specific one just earlier. And who doesn't like the treasure hunt? And you know what I will say? It's better than a scratch-off lottery ticket, because at least you know you're going to get something, right? And then what do? You pick out what you really love, pick out what you're going to wear, pick out what you're going to sell, and then you put the rest in a jar for crafters. And you know, why wouldn't you put the rest of the bag? Here, let's zoom in on these. Why wouldn't you put the rest of the bag for $15, you know, in a jar, and get your $15 back, and then keep what you want and gift what you think you can gift, and then you can donate the rest to like a charity, you know, or a benefit. Or give it to a kid to play with, you know? There's a lot of children out there that don't have fun things to play with. And, you know, I gotta be honest, as a kid, I didn't want to play with video games. You know, I wanted to play with, like, board games, and then I also wanted to go play in my mom's jewelry chest. But I was an odd one, you know? But there are children, much like me now, that would love to dig through this. So, and look at this one. Like, why wouldn't you? You know? Of course you would. You know, you would have to, because why wouldn't you? And then you can see how many there are. Look at the cool old, I want to buy the container that they're in. I want to buy this container that they're in. Oh no, I'm going to have to badger Kathy and say, hey, can I bring you my broken down display and trade you? Oh, drums. Does anyone dare me to play the drums while I'm here? You know what? I would totally get kicked out. Can you imagine if I propped up the video camera across the way and played the drums while I'm here? Why wouldn't I, right? I don't think they'd kick me out. Well, they probably would. I wish I could go on the other side of the aisle. Lots more jewelry stuff. I'm kind of overwhelmed. Can you guys tell that, like, not halfway through my videos, but like 20 minutes in, you know I want to come unseamed. So, but thanks for watching and putting up with me. And I did say about my channel and the way it's growing, I'm so grateful, you know? I'm so grateful. So thank you all so much. And, you know, I wish I could zoom in on all these. Oh, Czechoslovakian piece. Oh, is it marked down? No, it's 45, and that's right where it should be. You know, if that was 25, I would buy it and sell it for 45. This one has me. This one always has my attention. Very artistic, you know, avant-garde, wild, wacky, really cool, great vibe, really, you know, neat mix, but a lot of contemporary that's made to look old. So that it's kind of not my thing, you know. If it's not authentically old, you know how I feel about it. I just go, wait, what is this though? Oh, look at this. No, for 45, I can't do it for 45. You know, if the dealer was here, I'd beg for a discount. That's cute. I'd beg for a discount. Now, I was tempted, but I don't think I'm gonna. I was tempted by this, quote, green amber in sterling pendant, but, you know, it's new, and, you know, I'm doubtful on that stone. I just tell you guys, just be careful with what you buy. Great display, too. Really great display. Absolutely fantastic. And I love how clean the rest of this is. And I say clean, and there's like someone that came in from the bar and threw their coat down. So anyways, but interesting the way they have it set up. And then a lot of Halloween items and decorative things in the back row. And they used to have a little cafe here. They used to have a cafe, and then this was like the eatery, but they got rid of that years ago. I guess they have a library now. Have a seat and rest your feet. I like that. They have a little library. So if you want to take a break and you're overwhelmed by people like me, if you're minding your own business here and you have someone screaming, doing a video, just go rest your feet. Oh, I don't know what my problem is, but there's a lot of them. So anyways, but I'm going to call it. I think I'm going to call it. I think I'm done. I'm totally going to drive the rest of the customers completely crazy here. Look at this old popcorn thing. This old popcorn case. Excuse me, does that need to come home with me? It's only $398. You know, that's gonna take a minute. This is my friend Glenn's booth, and I love Glenn, and you know, I should badger him for a better price on that. That might come home with me today. $398, and you know, I'm thinking about it. I did buy quite. Oh, what is this jobby? Hey, big guy. Holy cow, or holy zebra. Wow, it looks like a Stife store display. Mohair and fantastic. Guys, I would stop in my tracks. Sorry about that. I'm blocking people trying to get to the checkout over here. Look at these eyes, though. Colette set, bezel set glass eyes. Incredible. Wow-wee, and the other one is there. Sorry I'm so close. Let me back up. What is this? What is that store display? Giant stuffed Stife zebra. What? Oh, what is this one? Vintage Stife giraffe. What? $998. $998 for the giraffe. Holy giraffe. Oh my God, you guys. I didn't see these earlier. Can you tell that I'm a little overwhelmed right now? Holy cow, Glenn. Oh my God. I'm dying over here. Look at those oversized Stifes, guys. So I would say, you know, at retail auction, they would be double that, I would say, to a Stife collector. Give me a break. Holy cow. Holy cow and holy giraffe. And look, it's got the Stife button and the Stife tag in its ear. Those are store displays. Those had to have been, store displays. Never seen anything like it. Okay, so we learned something new today. I got overwhelmed, and now I have to think about bringing a giraffe home with me and possibly a zebra. I don't have a big enough car today. And I'll leave you with this one. This has caught my attention, and you know how I feel about uranium glass? I say uranium glass is a fad, because it is. You know, then this fad dies out, and then everyone goes, well, I'm not going to look for uranium glass anymore. That's an icon of uranium glass. That is absolutely an icon of uranium glass. And, you know, someone would say, oh, that's way too much money, $598. Absolutely not. I think that is priced exactly where it should be. That's just my opinion for mid-century glass. And, you know, of course, the name's going to elude me right now. It's marked on there, but, you know, more Roseville, more common. So if it were left up to me, I wouldn't choose that, but I would definitely choose that, you know. And like I said, the fat will die out, but not a special piece like that. But we'll end the video on the two Stife that I had no idea were here. So, Glenn, thank you for completely freaking me out because I had no idea that those were here. So leave it to Glenn to find two of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. So just incredible. Thank you, Glenn, for not being here and completely freaking me out. So, oops, we'll end the video there. And you know how I do this. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. And I'll do a haul video of what I found here in just a little while. I love you all so much. Have a great day. Love you. Bye-bye.